Okay, in this part of lesson, I will show you practical examples of insert, delete, and update SQL statements based on AdventureWorks 2014 database. Just one note before we start, because these statements will actually change concrete data inside. Let's first create the backup database so we can keep original state and restore it after lab later. So backup, I will just say overwrite if there is no any backup already. This is the full path file name. You can change it at your home and based on your environment. What do you need? So after the click, the backup is clear, and so now I can play with my data. Okay, let's start. Now I want to enter based on insert statement new record inside country region table. This is basically information about new region, BH, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and this get date is actually a column of type of modification. But before we start, let's check inside this table and see how it look like. And there is a country region code. It's basically primary key. It's a name and modified date. This is a primary key. This is actually a unique constraint, so there is no chance to enter two-time, I don't know, Armenia, Angola, and etc. So I need to be careful to check is there any Bosnian inside this or any country with Bos. I see that there is a country called BH and Bosnia and Herzegovina. So that this lab can succeed, I will change this statement to BH and Bosnia and Herzegovina on my language. So let's try it. Insert one row affected. Let's check it. F5, and we see that there is a new one record. Okay, second part. I want to insert something new in product review table, but there is a major difference between this statement and this statement here. Is inside this insert into there is no column list, and remember from the lesson of theory part that insert statement should have or need to have a column list, but I can do it without column list if my values part is okay with column list. So for example, if I have, I don't know, in this table four rows, and fourth row is mandatory, so it needs to be enter something inside, this statement will fail because I pass 3 values and 4 is missing. So this is one glitch or one place you should be careful when you are playing with insert without column list. This statement actually is the same as above, just different table. I have the column list, product ID, review name, and so on, and concrete values, and each value is corresponding to each column. So column list order, value list order should be the same. So product ID is a number, this should be number. This is a string, this will be string. Date is a date and time. So each data type should be corresponding with concrete column name and concrete column data type. So let's try to insert this value, F5, and it says it's one row affected. Let's check it. Is there any rows? Yes, I have 237 product ID, and one of that product review is written by me. Product ID review ID 5, and my data that I inserted here. Okay, let's continue. I can also put two values, two records at the same time. So basically, with same insert statement inside same transaction, I can say, okay, insert Matthias and Dennis as reviewer in same time. So what's the benefit? There is no need to type two times. So there is no need to type two times this same part, insert into column list, then Matt, insert into product list, value list, then for Dennis. So basically, I can do it like this, and 2 rows is affected. So F5, and I see that there's a Jasmin, Math, and Dennis inside this new table. Okay, let's check now. Select all from person table. These are all persons inside AdventureWorks database, and there is a 90,072 inside. Okay, let's now create with SQL code some add example table with 3 simple column: add example ID, int identity, start with 1 and increase 1, and it's a primary key. First name and varchar 50 and last name and varchar 50. Create table. F5. So this table is created inside AdventureWorks database. So be careful where you are firing this create statements inside your lab environment. Now watch this. I'm now inserting inside new add example table what result of select statement. Now select is pulling first name and last name from person. It's paired to add example. In add example I have 3 columns. Add example ID is auto generated value, so there is no need to pass it here, and first name and last name will be filled with this result of this subquery select statement. So insert F5, and we see that there is 90,000 rows affected with just one insert statement. It's quite fast, and you see now it's basically less than second. So just this information is for you, that you know that this inserting deleting part, when you are speaking about 1,000, is not so big. When we are speaking with 100,000 and with millions, and then we are speaking in actually big numbers for the database world. Also, I can insert top 10 into add example. Remember the presentation lesson for this lab, when we say I can actually pull top something in and insert inside new table. So basically I now will repeat same statement, but I will select first name last name from person, but order by last name, so descending, so last name descending, and that first 10 will be actually inserted inside this table. So F5, 10 rows. This part is actually creating temp table. Temp table that is called, I don't know, 10 persons, and this pound sign is marker for temporary tables. So temporary tables should start with pound sign, and it's good to have temp, I don't know, something in name, just to, if you have, I don't know, 100 tables inside your database, such as AdventureWorks, so you can recognize which are them for temporary and which are they not. So inside in this statement I pull from person table title, then connect these 2 strings with comma between, title comma first name plus empty space, last name as customer. So this new column will be called customer, and that column will be now inside temp person table. Okay, some simple condition where title is not all, just to show that there's variations how you can use these kind of statements. F5, and we see 1009 records affected. Okay, also one major point inside the lesson of insert, I say there is an insert to change identity value. So see here, create table, table 1 with column 1, column 2. Column 1 is identity value and column 2 is in varchar. Here's the table. Now I will insert some random values. Insert into table 1 values row number 1, and insert into table 2 in column 2 values number 2. So I insert two values. In each case scenario, column 1 is auto-generated value. Now I want to insert specific value inside column 1. Set identity insert on table 1 is on, go, then insert into table 1, into column 1, column 2, what values 99 for column 1 and override identity value for column 2 just to recognize this string, and select all from table 1, and we see 1, 2 is because it is identity. Now suddenly we see 99 inside. So I can manipulate and also this identity insertion period. So let's delete this table from database. Okay, now there is also option when inserting inside 10 table to create a join between two tables. Now basically in this situation I am getting first name, last name, job title, marital status from person, and I am joining with human resource employee table based on primary key, foreign key, business identity ID, where marital status is equal to M, married. So I want to pull married person and insert that married person inside this new temporary table. F5, and there is some kind of rows. Check it, F5, and we see that all of them have the M sign and they are all married. So basically this is a subquery. This is select subquery. This is select statement with insert inside part to create new table based on temporary values. Okay, let's now speaking about delete part. Okay, let's look inside product review table, and there is some kind of data, and recognize Jasmin, Matthias, and Denis as 3 new values based on this lab. Okay, now I will delete myself, but this statement is just fine. But this statement should be better if it's written like this. Product review ID is equal, my value is 5. Why? Because in this case scenario, if there is more Jasmins inside, I don't know, let's say 10 of them, all 10 of them will be deleted. So it's not best option to delete values and later update delete based on data that can be and should be repeatable inside the database environment. So always delete and update values based on primary key, because only primary key guarantee uniqueness and specification of what you want to do inside your database. So let's do it like this. F5 and 1 row affected. So let's check it. F5, there is no me anymore. And let's try this statement, F5, and he says 0 rows affected because there is nothing to delete with this kind of name. Also, I can delete like this. Now I want to delete, for example, Jasmin, Denis, and Matt, because Jasmin is deleted. Let's delete now Matt, and Matt is written like this. Okay, now this is a basic subquery. So delete from this table what, where this name is in a list of values. This subquery inside will return these 2 names, Denis and Matt, and pass to in part. Basically, now he will return where reviewer name in Denis, Matthias. So if I do it like this, F5, 2 rows affected. Let's check it. Inside there is no any new data entered before in this lesson. Okay. If I want to delete all data without where, yes, I deleted all 4 reviewers, and there is no more any review inside this table. So basically, if this table, for example, have, I don't know, 1 million rows, this command will delete 1 million rows because there is no where part. So you should be careful. Truncated table is the same as delete, but is a faster operation because there is no logging part. it's delete based on page and delete deletes based on rows. But this statement will not work because there is a foreign key primary key constraint. So there is a person inside another table. Truncated table will not work, and this is a good feature, because if you accidentally type truncated table and be quick with F5, this should save your life, let's say, if you are making mistake. Now watch this. Same as insert. Now I am deleting something from transaction history archive where product ID is in list that this statement should return. F5. So this statement will return 786 of product IDs, and all of them by ID 316. So there is a huge list value inside this product ID in. So basically it's deleting data in another table based on data from another table, different table. F5, and we see that there is more than 700 rows deleted inside this table. Okay, let's go with update part. Update table persons, set new value for column first name to new can and last name to new Sanchez, where business entity ID is equal to 1. Okay, F5, and one row is affected. Okay, let's now type this. Update person, again same, set first name to new can. Okay, let's set new value for first can, and he says there's a 90,000 row affected. What has happened now? We are just making a huge mistake. Because this is a lab, it's okay, and it's a plan. But in real environment, this statement on the returning part should look like this. Now you have 90,000 of new cans inside your table, and this is a big problem. So be careful with update without where part. Okay. Now update product table, set list price, where new list price should be list price multiplied by 1.1, where product ID is equal to. So this statement is basically increased list price for 10% for product ID number 2. Update F5, and it's a one row affected. Now remember the big example inside a theory part of lesson when I was speaking about update based on joins. So now I am updating list price and increased list price by 10% for all products that have the category name bikes. But there is a category name, subcategory name, and subcategory inside the product. So basically I need to go with 2 joins to get the bike names, then back to product table to do update. So update, and you'll see 97 rows affected. So now I am just creating update statement based on 2 joins. Same totally as a select, just there is no select part, it's update and set, and this part is the same as select. So if I now type select, I don't know, product category as PC, and attach this another part of query, it will be just fine, because it's a just ordinary joining part inside the query. And there is also one update statement for the last. Let's update employee table and set job title to writer, but writer to who, where is to person, where title is null. So if you're looking inside the relationship model of AdventureLog, you will see that person table is attached to human resource employee table through the business entity ID, and title is in person table. So I want to update employee table, but conditional data for where part is inside person table, so I need to do again join, and let's check it. F5, and we see 2082 rows affected. So now this is basically end of the lab part. This lab part is attached for the theory part, so if there's anything let's say strange inside this lesson, first back in this video to theory part, check the theory, then rewind here again to watch the practical example. Now, just for the sake of the simplicity and regularity, I will restore the backup of the AdventureWorks database because it's changed. Tasks, restore database. I need to go to options, overwrite database, and there's my full backup that I create before this lab start. I say OK, and after a couple of seconds it will be done.